Hi everyone. My name is MMann and I am a entertainment, dating, and lifestyle writer for websites like Hello Giggles and Elite Daily, among other ones. And it basically just has me writing things like recaps. I recap The Vampire Diaries and Pretty Little Liars. I talk about all sorts of different things like books and movies and trends and that sort of thing. And I really like it. It's really fun. And I've been doing it since I graduated college almost 3 years ago. And it's really great. It's all I've ever wanted to do, and I really, really love it. And I would think long and hard about it if that's what you want to do because it's hard. It's exhausting. Okay, so I see you guys have a couple questions for me. So let's get right into it. So Madison, you had a couple questions about The Walking Dead. I won't go so far as to saying it's the best show on TV right now. It's a very good one. I won't say it's the best, but it is pretty good. But you asked, what do you think makes the show so popular? Okay. I was very hesitant when the show came out. I thought the whole idea of the whole zombie apocalypse thing was just kind of, I don't want to say tired, but it wasn't really great. And it wasn't really for me. I'm not really into that sort of thing. But I ended up watching it eventually, and it's really great. It's slow, it's a little droll sometimes, but when the action does kick in, it's really great. And the writing is really fantastic. And they wouldn't be, 7 seasons in if it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? But what I think makes the show so popular is that it does a really good job of drawing you in. You find yourself very attached to these characters and you want to know what's happening to them. You want to make sure they're safe. You want to make sure they get out of the situation they find themselves in. You want to know what's going to happen next. And I think that writing and the people that they cast and the storylines that they come up with, I think that's what makes the show so popular. However, on the other side of things, it is a little boring and doesn't have, at times at least, and it doesn't flow the way something like Game of Thrones does. Game of Thrones has concurrent storylines throughout the whole show, every episode, whereas The Walking Dead sort of like starts and stops and starts and stops and takes you all these different places, and it kind of loses that momentum and continuity. And so that's like a downside of the show, but I think it is the writing and the connection that between the characters and that you have to the story that makes it so popular. You also asked Madison, how often do you see or hear something about The Walking Dead? A little bit more than you might normally, but as an entertainment writer, I'm kind of constantly always looking at things and I'm talking to people about it or I'm reading about it because as an entertainment writer, you do have to stay up on things in order to be able to write about anything. I can't sit there and say that I'm an entertainment writer if I don't know at least what's out there. I don't have to watch everything. It's kind of impossible to watch everything. I don't have to read everything, listen to everything, but I do have to kind of know what it is and what's out there and what's trending and what, people are really invested in. So I hear and see stuff about it all the time. I'm either, talking to my friends about it or I'm reading an article about it. And with the different forms of media, it makes it easy to see something often about it. With it being one of the most popular shows on television, you see it a lot in all different sorts of media. First, you see it in the regular media, which is, your TV, your streaming services. You're seeing a commercial, you're hearing something about it. And then you have the print media. So you'll see it in magazines, you'll see it on their websites, which is also kind of part of their print media. And you'll see different types of things about it, like what's going to happen next, or what happened, or what does this mean for the characters now, or how are they going to get over this. So it's something that's always happening. And then you see it in social media. You see people talking about it. They want to say, okay, I just finally watched it like 3 days after it aired. So what do you guys think? This is how I feel. Let's talk about it. I've got a lot of feelings. You know what I'm saying? So you are kind of hearing about it a lot. And as someone who goes to conventions, I I do often hear about it a lot there as well because it is one of the most popular TV shows and it's, something that really generates conversation. And it's something that a lot of people watch and kind of connect over, which I think is really great. And everyone has different opinions, everyone has different theories, and that's what I like about it. And that's what I love about entertainment because it draws so many people together and you sort of almost find your tribe with it in a way. And you're able to discuss things at length. You're able to have, different sides of an opinion, and I think it's great, and I really love it. So I hear and see about things about The Walking Dead a lot. That was a really long answer for kind of a short question. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. So let's move on to the next set of questions, and it is talking about Kim Kardashian. I have a lot of feelings about Kim Kardashian. Not all of them are great. Some are not so great. So let's see, where we land with these questions. So does Kim seem more positive or negative in my opinion? That's a very good question, Jayla. I think she's kind of both. I think what is known as sort of the Kardashian effect, where it's people thinking that if you know the right people and you find a way onto television, you don't really have to do anything. You just don't have to do anything in order to earn an extravagant paycheck. And I think that that's teaching kids something that's not good. I mean, you're sitting here in school thinking about this, and you might think, hey, I really don't want to keep up this school thing, and I kind of don't want to, really do anything that's going to require a lot of work because it's hard. And you think, you know what? I'm just going to go find my way on a reality TV show and I'm going to make so much money and it's going to be great. Just like Kim Kardashian. That's not how you should be going about life. That's not the way you should be thinking. I think it's both. So she's negative in the sense that she makes anyone think that you don't have to do anything really to make a lot of money or to be famous. You just kind of just show up and stick around and people start liking you for all sorts of different things. I think there should be more to life than being on a reality TV show and making a fat paycheck off of that. On the flip side, I think she also took that negativity and that thing where it's like, does she even have a talent? Not really, but she's going to make a lot of money. And she took that and just sort of, made it into a business. And she's constantly finding new ways to make money. She has her mobile game that makes her millions of dollars, which I think is bananas. And then she's got the TV show, and she's got, I think she might still be part of her clothing store, but if she's not, that's okay. She's got other paychecks, and she has done all of this stuff, fragrances, all the stuff with her sisters, and I think that's great. And it's great to see someone take an opportunity and become really entrepreneurial about it. But like I said, she does make a lot of younger people think that they don't really have to do anything in order to make money and succeed in life. And I think that that's not a good idea. That's just not a good idea. And also, being on a reality show, while it may seem great, it does take away from the privacy in your life. And that's not something that's all that great. As you can see, it's backfired for her in many ways. And that's something that's hard for a lot of people to deal with. And I think if you want to have your privacy and you want to feel good about what you're doing, you should not follow the Kim Kardashian path at all. Jayla, you also asked, what is the most negative thing I think she has done as a role model? This is another thing that's another version of the Kardashian effect, where they have such unattainable goals of how a person should look that it's created such a surge in plastic surgery and girls thinking they need to be perfect at a really young age. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm glad Kim Kardashian came about because, that gave us Kylie Jenner, and I wear a lot of Kylie Jenner makeup, and that's great. But that family, with all of the money that they've made off of kind of having no talent, is, they have all of this money to just create these unrealistic perfect bodies that you can really only attain through the amount of surgeries that they've had. And, it's the Botox, it's the fillers, it's, the extremely expensive skincare regimens, it's everything. It's all of these things that you need all of these doctors and everything for to attain. And I think that's so irresponsible to want to teach girls. I understand that, you want to look your best and feel your best, and I think that's great. I don't think it's something that they should be participating to such a degree that all of the people who watch their show or follow them in general on social media, I think it's something that's irresponsible to put out there and say, like, oh yeah, this. Like, I had a baby and now I lost 90 pounds in 4 days because I paid someone to, like, do all this stuff for me. They give girls an unattainable sense of beauty, and I don't think that's good. I think that's completely negative. Like, she was worried that she was so big when she was pregnant and then immediately had to lose the weight in order to, like, go back to work. You don't. And you don't need to wear that much makeup when you're 16, 17 like Kylie Jenner does or did. She's 19 or whatever now. And you don't need, any sort of injectable in your face. And when you're a teenager, you don't need to look like that. You're not an adult. And so many people aspire to look like that. And while that's good and, you want to feel and look your best, like I said, it's still not attainable to look like a Kardashian. And that's sort of like the ideal body that they're perpetuating. And I think that that's really damaging to young girls. And that, I think, has definitely been the most negative thing that she's done. What's something positive she's done in your opinion? Okay. I think she's done some positive things, Jayla. I think, yeah, she's done a few positive things. Like I said, she's turned it around and said, yeah, I might have started out here, but look at what I've built now. And she's really takes her business seriously. Taking yourself seriously is kind of what she does. And, I think that's great. I think that she's turned it around to be something more than just a pretty face on TV. And I think that's great. And I think by, extending her reach and realizing she doesn't need to be so in your face and still, turn a profit, I think that's great. And I think that's really important for girls to understand is that you can do anything. You can go from not really knowing what you're doing to running a very thriving business in many ways. And I think that's great. And I think that is one of the most positive things that she's done is that not only has she showed girls that you can be, I don't want to curse, a pretty great businesswoman, and still look amazing. And, she's very body positive most of the time. And, she really just, wants girls to know that they're capable of anything. So I think that's important and I think that's great. Cameron, you want to know, why do I think Kim Kardashian does the things she does? I think Kim Kardashian does what she does because as a society, we just have this molded idea of what she's supposed to be, who she's supposed to be, and she just kind of follows along with that. And, we helped her create this character, even though she is herself. It still is almost a version of her. It's not like the exact version. I don't think we're getting the full Kim Kardashian on, Keeping Up with the Kardashians or even on social media or in interviews. I think that there is definitely things that she's holding back. And if that is what it is, that's fine. But we have created this character of Kim Kardashian, and, she's just kind of following suit. And she does it because that's what we expect from her. It's not something that, she does it just to do it. It's what the public expects of her. And if she wants to keep making that money, she's got to stay, in that character, so to speak. And that's got to be really hard, I think. Cameron, you also asked this question, which I'm going to answer frankly. How do you believe Kim Kardashian spends her money? Is it right or not? Why? Okay. When a celebrity has reached the level of Kim Kardashian, right? A lot of the things in her life she no longer pays for. So, clothing, for instance. She's, after marrying Kanye West, who a lot of designers really loved, more designers were more accepting of the fact that they were dressing Kim Kardashian West. They're more welcoming of her. They're more accepting of her. And that meant that she got a lot of expensive clothes for free, such as Givenchy, Chanel, Balenciaga, Hermes, any of the big names. She doesn't pay for that. So when you see her in these extremely expensive clothes, just remember, she's not spending her money on that. And if I were very, very rich and famous and I had her money and didn't have to buy those kind of clothes, I would also be doing that because those clothes are amazing and they cost about like 3 months worth of rent for one dress. Crazy. I don't need that. So she has her money to spend on whatever she wants. So I think owning multiple cars is a bit strange. Like the other day, I was watching Kylie Jenner's Snapchat story, and she was just showing off all of her Bentleys and her Rolls Royces, and just, does nobody need like a Honda? Like a Ford? Like a Volkswagen? No, just need really fancy cars. Nobody wants to be reasonable. I think that's irresponsible. Not my problem, no. But I remember an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where Kim got really angry at Kris for stealing one of her Italian marble slabs that she was going to use as countertops in her new home in Bel Air, which was costing her millions and millions of dollars to build. And she said, I have 10 of those slabs. They were $10,000 a piece. That equates to $100,000 worth of imported Italian marble for countertops. What do you need that for? I think that is so irresponsible. You want to have that Italian marble to say that you have Italian marble when someone comes in your house. Oh, this I got it in Italy. Oh, this we got it imported from Turkey. Oh my gosh, you weren't there. So sorry for you. It's so stupid to me to spend $10,000 on a slab of marble and then do it tenfold. That's bonkers to me. So I think spending her money on things to say she has the thing is stupid. I think anyone who does that is stupid. Because just to say you have it because you have the money to say that you have that, it's just kind of like your face, dirt. You're just kind of rubbing, you're kind of just showing people, I have a lot of money. I need you to know I have a lot of money. And I'm going to tell you that I have a lot of money because I'm going to tell you how much this costs. I can't do it. I think that a lot of the things she spends her money on is really irresponsible. Although, like the clothing, like if I were pregnant and I could just fly to Paris or Louisiana just to eat for like an hour, I'd do it. But everything else, just her and Kanye West spend the money to say they have the money to spend. So I think it's kind of ridiculous. And I think that she spends her money poorly because you want to have that like glamazon, couldn't really say that, sort of persona. And that's again bringing it in back to the character that she's created for herself. Everyone expects her to be glitz and glam and being perfect all the time. And I think spending your money on things like that, or like weird facials where like you take blood out of your arm and then like put it on your face to make it look younger, I think that's bananas. I think that's crazy. I think she needs to stop spending her money so frivolously on stupid things. So I hope that I have answered all of your questions adequately. And if I didn't, you should tell Miss Powers over there, and I'll be more than willing to answer more of your questions or discuss this further. So I hope that I did do a good job, and I hope you guys are being nice to Mrs. Powers. I've known her for a very long time, and she's doing a lot for you guys. So be nice to her and thank her and tell her she's wonderful. Okay? So, yeah. Good luck on your assignment. Bye.